Well, it's 77 degrees, it's humid and sticky, but that doesn't matter. We're still going to play baseball right here at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Good evening, everybody. I'm Steve Tressler, and the Legends have a three-game series here with the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes at Wild Health Field. And this three-game series begins tonight. First pitch, 6:35. And you see the fans making their way into the stands. It's really great to see because this weekend we're doing a drive for food and clothing and cleaning supplies to help the victims of the flooding in eastern Kentucky. And I can't tell you how much it means to the organization here. Not just because we want to help our fellow Kentuckians, but because some of the people who work at this organization have been directly affected by the flooding in eastern Kentucky. And I'm talking about specifically Michael Watkins, one of our fellow announcers, also our DJ Picasso, a.k.a. Will Painter, his family, and several others. So it's such a huge relief to see some of these people showing up, bringing those donations. And if you're home tonight and you can come by, you don't have to come into the game, but if you want to come by and help us stuff the semi full of donations to help these victims of the floods, we're talking some people have lost their entire home. Will Painter's family lost all their clothing. It's real, folks. It's devastating, and we need your help. So please come down and help us by making a donation. And if you make a donation, you can get into the game free by doing that. Just by making a donation of some old clothing that you're going to give away anyway, you can get a free ticket to the game and watch the game in person. We'd love to have you here. So the first game tonight starts at 6:35. It's a three-game series. Friday, tomorrow, Saturday at 6:35 as well. And then Sunday, the first pitch is going to be 2:05 p.m. Then we're going to take a day off, and we're going to flip it. They're going to have a doubleheader on the 9th, which is Tuesday, followed by two more games. But when we flip it, I'm saying the home team is going to be the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes, and the Legends will be the visitors here at their own field. Then they hit the road. Lexington goes to Lancaster for a three-game series. Kentucky heads to York for a three-game series. Both teams will head to Pennsylvania. Then they come back for another three-game series, and that'll be from the 15th or 16th through the 18th. So a lot of baseball going to be played here in the next couple weeks. We hope you join us as the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes are going to try to stake their claim that this is their field because it's Wild Health Field. But the Legends, they've called this home for 21 years, so they're not going to give up the rights to the field just yet. They're going to put up a fight. Brandon Phillips and the Lexington Legends are going to do their best to take down the Genomes. The Genomes are really doing great work right now as they have fought their way into the wild card standings. And right now, they are first in the wild card standings, and they could make the playoffs possibly. The Legends' best chance of making the playoffs is to win the division outright. They're actually further back in the wild card standings right now at 32 games behind, and their best chance is to win the division. Because in the division, they're only 11 games back from the Honey Hunters. So if they can somehow manage to win the division, they'll make the playoffs. The Genomes right now are one game ahead in the wild card race, so they've got a shot at making the playoffs. And in a three-game series, you can throw the stats out the window because in a three-game series, it's just who shows up, who has the better series for those three games. We've got first pitch coming up here in just a minute. We'll go down and show you the starting lineups. We'll talk about who's going to be where, and they'll be batting in what order. And then we'll have the officials who are making their way out right now, as you see them on the right side of your screen. Behind home plate tonight is going to be, looks like, is that Ben Levine? Is that who that is? Yeah, Ben Levine is at home plate. Derek Whitfield, the tall gentleman there on the left, is going to be at first base. And Greg Lowe should be at third base. We'll be right back. It's Lexington Legends Baseball Friday night, August 5th, 2022, from right here at Wild Health Field. Be right back, everybody. All right, yesterday in the the Atlantic League, Staten Island defeated Long Island 10-7 in the Battle of the War of the Roses in Pennsylvania. The York Revolution was taken down by the Lancaster Barnstormers 11-3. South Maryland and Charleston were rained out. Gastonia won here 10-5 over your Legends. And the Wild Health Genomes beat the High Point Rockers 6-2 head-to-head, as those two are battling out for the final spot in that wild card race right now. Tonight, the Genomes starting lineup goes like this. Batting first, playing third base, is number 9, Luke Becker. Batting second, the left fielder, number 24, Chris Shaw. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 5, Chris Davis. Batting fourth and playing second base is number 25, Jimmy Paredes. The first baseman, number 20, is Moises Sierra. He'll be batting fifth. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 36, Samir Dueñez. Batting seventh and catching, number 16, Austin Rye. Batting eighth, playing center field, number 30, Anderson Miller. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, is number 3, Clayton Melbauer. And the starting pitcher, number 10, Alexis Candelario. And now for your home team, the Lexington Legends, a center fielder batting first, number 27, Phillip Irvin. Batting second, playing second, number 4, Brandon Phillips. Batting third, the left fielder, number 26, Courtney Hawkins. Batting fourth and playing first base, number 13, Isaiah Tejeda. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 15, Tillman Pugh. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 22, Montrell Marshall. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 5, Jordani Valdispin. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 25, Pete Jorgen. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cesar Cuevas, wearing number 6. On the bump tonight, Daniel Corsino for the Legends. And we're about ready to have the national anthem, and then we'll have first pitch, folks. Thanks for joining us at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. It's Legends Baseball, and we'll be back after the playing of our national anthem right after this. Join us, won't you?
Scagno and a rundown, or is it?
Tower hits this one, rocket, and diving catch.
They're going to throw home, he's safe. The throw to first, he's safe. Throw to first, that's laced right at the second baseman. Cuevas up one, over to first, double play. Stay in shape. This is a little bouncer, going to be a tough play. And they lose it, and he's going to be safe, and the run's going to score. 2-2 pitch. Hit well, hit deep, hit high. It's fair, it's gone. Home run.
What a fantastic highlight reel put together by Judith Drake and Adam Marson, our technical team. Welcome to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky, folks. I'm Steve Tressler. And it's time for Lexington Legends baseball as they take on their in-state, in-town, on the same field rival. The Kentucky Wild Health Genomes. Baseball is in their DNA. But they're no legend, are they? Well, we'll see. As these two get ready to face off, how many times have they faced off? No, how many times this year have they played? Yeah, is it on there? I wonder how many times that... Okay. Sorry, everybody. Hugh Davis is yelling at me. It's scaring me. So we're going to see how many times they've won. Like, I just didn't know if, like, right off the top there. Is that the... Yep. So how many times is that Genomes have won? And do you have the total, though?
Genomes 15, Lexington 7.
Wow. So 22 times already this year they've played. The Genomes have won 15 games. The Legends have won some. I should have had that done before I went on the air. You know what? I should have. Folks, I apologize. I had both my sit-ups to do today, and I got up early. I knocked out one, took a 6-hour break. I did the second sit-up. Dave, you were there. You held my feet. And once I got that second sit-up, it wiped me out, so I apologize. But 22 times these teams have played. 15 times the Genomes have won. 7 times the Legends have won. Brandon Phillips is here for the Legends tonight, this future Hall of Famer and former Cincinnati Red. He's going to try to flip the script on those numbers as they've got a 3-game series starting right now. And here's Luke Becker, the third baseman for the Genomes, stepping into the batter's box as he will face Daniel Corsino, and we're ready to play ball. There's a good look at Pete Jorgen, the catcher for the Legends tonight. And we are ready for baseball, folks. Corsino's stepping up on the mound, the right-hander, facing the lefty Luke Becker and former University of Kentucky baseball star. And we're underway. First pitch outside, ball 1. Becker on the season, 287 batting average, 14 home runs, and 57 RBIs. He's hit for the cycle this year as well. He's having a fantastic season in his debut with the Genomes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. We hope you'll stay with us today, tomorrow, and Sunday for the third game of this series. Then they take a one-day break, and they come back and play 4 in 3 days. And that one's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. I do want to just mention again, this weekend we're doing a Pack the Semi drive. So we are trying to raise awareness especially, but we're also trying to get food and clothing and cleaning supplies to the flood victims in eastern Kentucky. So please, if you have the means, or if you just have old clothing that you're not going to use or wear anymore, bring it here. You get a free ticket by just exchanging that stuff, and you get to come in and watch some baseball with the family, and you're also helping your fellow Kentuckians. This pitch, chopped down to the first base side, picked up and touching the bag for out number 1. So right away, 1 up, 1 down for the Legends. Great job by Tejeda grabbing that one and tapping the bag. Helping out is starting pitcher Corsino. And now here's the left fielder, Chris Shaw. Shaw, 271 average, 10 home runs, 42 RBIs. Shaw made his major league debut with the San Francisco Giants. Two lefties in a row for Daniel Corsino. First pitch, missing, ball 1, 88 miles an hour. Shaw's got an 834 OPS. That OPS number we always talk about is on base percentage plus slugging. And all you have to do is take that on base percentage and add it to the slugging average, and that's truly how you get it. That's it. Add it together, and there's the OPS. Colin Cropley, you're right. It is a rivalry in the making. And Nathan Bishop, let's go Genomes. All right. Definitely a good rivalry here getting started. Shaw hits this one deep center field going back. It's got the distance and a solo home run for Chris Shaw. And that puts the Genomes up 1-0. That was a monster shot by the former San Francisco Giant. As you watch the replay here, what a shot by Shaw. And the Genomes right away on the board. Yeah, I didn't think that had the distance, but boy, that was deceptively. Yeah, the wind is blowing out to left, but I tell you what, I think Chris Shaw did most of the work there. And here's the former American League home run champion from 2018, Chris Davis. Chris Davis knows how to hit home runs himself, I think. He's got 8 home runs and joined the team about a month ago. 345 batting average, 23 RBIs. I mean, that was a 425-foot shot, I'd say. Easy by Chris Shaw. Is that Daniel Corsino? Yeah. I guess it's that beard, man. It never looked that thick to me before, you know? This one inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Good-sized crowd has come out tonight, and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that because truly we want to help out our fellow Kentuckians. So if you come out to the game, if you have a ticket, great. Bring some old clothes with you, and Chris Davis draws the walk. If you don't have a ticket, bring old clothes, bring some food, bring cleaning supplies, whatever you can donate. Because the people there, they don't have stores to shop at in those areas that were hit by floods really heavy. And I hope you understand that. It's not that they don't have any money in the bank. It's that there's nothing to buy where they live. And they can't use their car. Their car has been flooded. So those donations are extremely important. So Davis drew the walk. Here's Jimmy Paredes, the lefty, stepping in against Corsino. Paredes, 292 average. Davis joined the Genomes as a free agent back on July 7th. So in 2 more days, it'll be a full month. So he hasn't even been with the team a month. And he's putting up some big numbers. Jimmy Paredes, typically the third baseman. At second base tonight, he pops this one up. Montrell Marshall giving chase, as is Cuevas. Cuevas calls it off and makes the catch. And that was a fair ball, so put it down in the books as a pop out to the shortstop by Paredes, and that's out number 2. And now Moises Sierra will come up. I don't know if you know this, Bill, but I got hit in the head yesterday with a can of soda, but I'm fine. It was a soft drink. Get it? It was a soft drink. That's just a dad joke for everybody listening. You can take that home. That was free. So Moises Sierra steps in, 267 batting average, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. Moises played some Major League Baseball, as did most of these guys, quite honestly. Some of these guys are on their way back to the majors. Some are just here for a little bit, and then some are here because they're coming from the majors and are trying to work their way back. Sierra played for the Toronto Blue Jays, Chicago White Sox, played for the Nationals for a little bit as well. So all these guys have played some pro baseball and at the highest levels. Here's the 1-1 to Sierra. Runner on first. 2 outs, top of the first. And this one outside. Count goes 2-1. Beautiful day for baseball. The sun has finally come out. Now, we do have a shot at getting some more rain, so I don't want to speak too soon and brag about how beautiful the day has been, but it's rained all day. We didn't even know if we'd have a game for a while. And this one pops out of play, and that'll be foul. Say that again? Really? Yeah. They were, the comment down there from the score was that the field last year would have been a disaster, and probably they would have called the game. So this year, not wanting to get into those kind of situations, they put quite a bit of money into this field. Sierra upset about that call 3 strike there. He said it was way off the plate. And to no avail. He's telling Ben Levine that he had to reach across his body to catch that ball. Doesn't matter now. He called the strike. It's over. After a half, I should say, the Genomes get on the board 1-0 on a Chris Shaw home run. We'll be back. Legends coming up right after this. This is Legends Baseball on the Lexington Legends Baseball Network. Welcome back to Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Center fielder Phillip Irvin will come to the plate here. Legends trail 1-0, and now it's their turn to step up to the plate. Catching back there is Austin Rye for the Genomes, and there's a look at Ben Levine, the home plate umpire. Irvin steps in, the former Cincinnati Red. Irvin, 243 average on the season. He's got 11 dingers. And here's the first pitch from Alexis Candelario. First pitch missing, 86 miles an hour, ball 1. There's a good look at Candelario. Irvin hits this deep left center field, going back to the crush zone, and absolutely bang that one. Did it hit the crush zone? I thought it was out. Wow, what a shot. My goodness. I think that's a home run, guys. Where did it hit? I think it hit the pole on the crush zone sign. That's got to be a home run. Umpires are coming together, and yeah, that's a home run. Watch the replay here. If there was ever a ball crushed, it was that one. And looking at that shot here, we'll try to get that replay up for you. But that ties it up 1-1. So tied up 1-1 here after the shot by Phillip Urban, and that was home run number 12 for him on the season. And now his former teammate in Cincinnati Red, Brandon Phillips, I don't know why I said that because Phillip Urban. Brandon Phillips comes up. You'd think I'd get his name right. I got 25 of his baseball cards. And Brandon Phillips smashes it into right field for a base hit, opposite field for him, and he's on base. So a runner on board, tie score, and the home run leader in the league stepping up to the plate. Phillips hitting safely in last few games. Continues that here. And big number 26 coming in. Here's Courtney Hawkins. First pitch to him, 88 miles an hour, strike one. 89. And this one chopped up the middle. Double play ball potentially. They get one, they get two, and there's two down. Isaiah Tejeda's coming up now. Between him and Hawkins, there's a lot of power. Hawkins, 32 home runs on the season. Tejeda, 18. Both of them, though, hit 10 home runs in the month of July. Tejeda matching him home run for home run. These are like the Legends version of the Bash brothers. Candelario's 40 years old. Been playing for quite a long time and still throwing upper 80s, lower 90s. There's a good look at him there. First pitch here, strike one. Candelario also from the Dominican Republic. Here's the 0-1. This one foul back and right in the box next to us, and there's a souvenir. How about that? What's that? Yeah. That's a good thing, right? We could have caught that. No balls, two strikes. 2 outs, 1-1 game here early. That one just missing the outside corner. Candelario thought he had strike 3 there. Moises Sierra won't be happy. That looked like the pitch he struck out on. You know Sierra's out there going, "Are you kidding me?" He called it on me. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tejeda. 246 batting average, or 248, excuse me, 55 RBIs. This one outside as well, 2-2. Tejeda, also a former major leaguer. You know, I don't think people realize how many of these guys are major league players or, you know, are on their way there, but really how many have already played in the majors. And Tejeda rockets this one. It goes foul left field side. Count will stay 2-2. You know, I really like Tejeda's game. I love his batting stance. I mean, if you watch his swing, Dave, he's got one of the purest baseball swings. He's got a great look at his stance. Just a perfect stance, well-balanced. He's back on that back foot, steps to the pitch when it comes. This one hit deep right field. Going back to the warning track, off the wall. Tejeda's going to have a double out of that. And he'll stand up in there with a double, trying to keep things going for the Legends here with 2 outs. Isaiah gets a stand-up double. You see what I mean, though? He leans on that back foot, steps into the pitch. Always balanced. Right fielder Tillman Pugh comes up. Tillman Pugh is deceptively strong, too. 12 home runs on the season for Tillman. Number 15, right fielder. Candelario looks in. Tejeda with a lead at second. First pitch outside, ball 1. You know, there's only one player on this team that's a switch hitter for the Legends. You know, typically a lot of these guys you'd think would be switch hitters, but the only guy that bats from the left and the right side is Manuel Geraldo. And I don't believe he's in the lineup tonight. Strike 1 there. Now, if you look at the Genomes roster, they've got a couple switch hitters, Paredes and Becker. Both of those guys will hit from either side of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 1 on for the Legends. Tied it up with a home run. There's strike 2 to Tillman Pugh. Phillip Urban, the leadoff batter for the Legends. Hit a 390-foot shot to left center. Chris Shaw for the Genomes hit a 425-foot straightaway center shot, which would have been out in any ballpark. This one up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Legends tonight wearing those white pants, white jerseys, green hats. Genomes in their gray pants, turquoise powder blue jerseys with neon pink numbers and neon socks. And this one hit hard to right center field. Both of those guys going back off the wall. Back-to-back shots off the wall. Runner will score. And Tillman Pugh gets a stand-up double, and that brings in Isaiah Tejeda. So back-to-back doubles here off Candelario. And the Legends take the 2-1 lead here in the first. And now Tillman Pugh at second and Montrell Marshall stepping in. I don't think the Legends have faced Candelario this year. But it looks like they like it. This pitch missing. Montrell Marshall, Tuesday night, had 2 home runs against the Honey Hunters. 245 batting average, 44 RBIs on the season. This one misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes now to the Legends' third baseman. You know, Marshall's a big guy. When you stand next to him, you don't realize how big he is. He is 6'5", 240 pounds. Now, that's a big third baseman. And for a guy that size, he is deceptively quick at the bag. I mean, he plays the hot corner, and he's got a great glove. Ground out here, picked up and fired over to first, and that'll end the inning. 6-3, Mel Bauer over to Sierra. So that'll end the first inning. Legends 2-1 lead here early. We're headed to the second. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington. Legends take a 2-1 lead as we begin the second inning. I'm Steve Tressler. Samir Duenas steps in his first trip to the plate tonight, the right fielder. First pitch from Corsino in there for strike one. Duenas, 260 batter, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs on the year. The lefty surprisingly powerful sometimes. I've seen him hit a few monster shots. When he does hit home runs, he's got 7. He usually pulls it right to the party deck. He did hit one earlier this year, we saw, and sent it over the Pepsi party deck. Many of you have made it out to the field tonight and are enjoying the game. We really appreciate that, especially if you brought those donations for the flood victims in eastern Kentucky. Very grateful for that as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one in there for strike 2 from Corsino, 87 miles an hour. Corsino looking in, taking too much time. Duenas steps out, asks for a second. He gets it. And now he's back in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one hit foul down the third base side, and one of those little guys is going to grab it down there. That was a good job by that kid down there. He threw a distraction. He threw candy. He made the other 2 kids run for the candy, and he grabbed the ball with no competition. Smart little guy. Here's the 1-2. Corsino kicks and fires, and this one fouled off. Actually fouled off of somebody, and now there's a grown man running as fast as he can to beat some children to get a baseball. That's kind of disheartening, but it happens. Everybody's telling him give the ball up to the kid, as they should. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss here, and strikeout number 2 of the game for Corsino. Swing and a miss there. He struck out Sierra looking the first time Sierra came up in the first inning, and that ended the first. This time he starts the inning with a strikeout. That's his second of the game. Austin Rye, the catcher, stepping in. Here's the first pitch from Corsino inside. Ooh, I think that may have hit him. It did. And Rye will take a bag. That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Tapped him on the arm. Now the Lexington, Kentucky native, Anderson Miller, steps in. Miller also a pretty big guy. You don't realize it until you stand next to him. 6'3", 215. Grew up here in central Kentucky, Lexington. First pitch to him, strike 1. 3 home runs on the year for Miller. 263 average, 32 RBIs. There's the 0-1. This one's going to be singled into right field. So Miller gets on base with a single to right. So runners at first and second, and 1 out here in the top of the second for the Genomes as they look to tie this thing up here, or maybe even do better than that. Clayton Melbauer comes up. Melbauer steps in. Played his college ball at Bellarmine. Swing and a miss here. And strike 1 swinging. No balls, 1 strike to the shortstop. Corsino out of the stretch now. Big lead for Miller. He hits this one right field, deep right field. Tillman Pugh going back to the warning track and makes a nice catch right in front of the Moe's Southwest Grill sign. The runner's going to tag. They're waving him all the way in. And, boy, a mistake out there. It looks like Tillman Pugh caught the ball and then threw it to somebody. Was he trying to throw that to a fan? So, apparently he caught the ball. They're going to send the runner back to third. Can they do that?
No. They're advancing on 2 bases.
They're advancing him to. Okay, so he threw the ball out of play. Yeah, so that's a 2-base error. So he threw the ball out of play to a fan, and in doing so allowed the runner to score from second. And now Anderson Miller gets a 2-base advance on the error to third. Two outs, tie ball game. Somebody got a souvenir out of the deal. They're probably not upset about it. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Luke Becker. Here's the 1-0. Becker chops it to first. Snagged, covering is Corsino, and that ends the inning. But the Genomes tie it up thanks to a sacrifice fly by Clayton Melbauer. We're headed to the bottom of the second, tie ball game here in Lexington at Wild Hill Field. We'll be back right after this. Cuevas steps in, pitch inside. Ball one missing. 1 on 1 out, Valdespin. Single to right. Jorgen goes down on strikes. And now the Los Angeles native, Cesar Cuevas, at the plate. There's a strike, 1-1. One and one the count. There's a good to Alexis Candelario on the mound. Tie ball game here, bottom of the second, Legends and Genomes. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Don't forget, folks, we are trying to raise not just awareness, but we're trying to get some clothing, food, and cleaning supplies to Eastern Kentucky. This is Pack the Semi Challenge from now through tomorrow. If you bring any old clothing, cleaning supplies, or food, you get a free ticket to the baseball game. Very important work because these people that are affected by that are, some of them are our employees here, and one of the announcers, his mother and father, they lost everything. One of the guys that works up here in the booth with us, another guy up here in the booth, his parents lost everything, including clothing, so please help out if you can. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one outside, count goes full now, 3-2. It's turned out to be a beautiful night after a day full of rain all day long. The sun has finally made its way out. The weather is nice and cool because the rain kept everything cool. The breeze is blowing a little bit. The fans are enjoying the game. Full count here to Cuevas. He chops this one up the middle. Could be a double play ball. They're not going to get the runner at second. They'll get Cuevas, though, and that's out number 2 of the inning. Valdespin makes it to second. So they have a runner in scoring position now for Phillip Ervin, who homered his last time up. Ervin hit a 385-foot shot to the crush zone. Named perfectly. And now Ervin steps back in. It'll be interesting to see if Candelario goes after him here or if he pitches away from him. First pitch in there for strike 1. He's going right after him. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second for the Legends. Tie ball game. Ben Levine is the home plate umpire. Derek Whitfield at first base. Greg Loesch is the third base umpire. Here's the 0-1 to Ervin. And that one hits the outside corner, and quickly it's a whole 0-2. Folks, if you haven't come out to the ballpark, it is time. It is August. These two teams right here share the field, and they're going to be playing 10 times over the next 18 days. Here's the 0-2. Ervin hits this one foul. There's a souvenir rolling around. All you got to do is get up and go get it, folks. Look at that. All right, little man's going to get it. I love it. Oh, went right past your foot, buddy. Hurry up. Push your little brother out of the way. There you go. Good job. No balls, 2 strikes to Ervin. He homered his first time up. This one fouled back as well. Count stays 0-2. Brandon Phillips on deck. Nice breeze blowing from right field towards left field. Flags blowing out towards left. 246 average, 12 home runs, 40 RBIs for Phillip Ervin. Here's the 0-2. Up high. That'll miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One on, 2 outs. Bottom of the second here in Lexington, Wild Hill Field. Candelario from the stretch, looks in and fires. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, I tell you what, did you notice where he's standing on the mound, Hugh? He's standing on the far end of the mound, almost off of the mound itself. See where he is? Is that allowed? Huh. Doesn't look like it, does it? Yeah. Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Up high, 3-2. Ball gets away from the catcher, Rye, but he grabs it. Valdespin stays where he is at second base. In scoring position, though, count full 3-2, 2 outs as Valdespin and Paredes chatted up. Thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast. We appreciate everybody tuning in as this titanic struggle will take place 7 times in the next 8 days. That one almost inside, hitting him, but curved back, missing the plate, though. And he'll draw the walk, and now Brandon Phillips coming up to the plate for the second time tonight. He singled his first time up. I'll tell you what, I always talk about how good of a defensive player he was, how Brandon Phillips hit for power and hit for average. One thing I always remembered about Brandon Phillips, though, if there was somebody on base, he always came through. You know, I grew up a Reds fan. I grew up in Cincinnati, went to Laughlin High School, and grew up partly here in Lexington, but went to high school in Cincinnati. And, boy, Phillips came through in the clutch whenever you had somebody in scoring position. Now, I don't want to jinx the guy as he looks at strike one, but always clutch. And still is. He's been clutch every time there's been somebody in scoring position this year. Here's the 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. And Phillips chops this one. It's going to be a tough play for Melbauer. He grabs it, fires over to first, and they get Phillips. 5-3 if you're scoring at home, and that'll end the inning. So the game's still tied after 2. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Chris Shaw steps in for his second trip to the plate. He hit a solo home run his first time up in the first inning. And first pitch inside, ball one. Tie score here as we begin the third inning. Shaw homered. Phillip Ervin is homered. Shaw hits this one deep left center. I don't know if it's got the distance this time. At the warning track, it's going to be caught for out number one. That was Phillip Ervin on the catch. So Shaw gave it a ride. So now Chris Davis coming back up, the former American League home run champion, played for the Oakland A's. .345 average. He's been with the team just under a month. He'll have his 1 month anniversary on Sunday. Strike one to him from Corsino. Corsino has only given up 2 hits through 2 1/3. Davis hits this one deep center field, and Phillip Ervin goes back at the track, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down, so Corsino doing the job he's supposed to do. Pitch, let him hit, and then let your fielders do the work. So now Jimmy Paredes will step up. Paredes popped out to the shortstop on his first trip to the plate. .291 batting average for Paredes, 11 dingers, 44 RBIs. Fouls a first pitch off for strike one. Paredes, one of the guys on the team that's a switch hitter. He can bat from either side of the plate, depending on if the pitcher's left or right-handed. He decides where he's going to stand. Here's the 0-1. This one, a rocket down the first base side, goes foul, though. No balls, 2 strikes. It's out in front of that one. That's quick hands. If you can get around on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch and be in front of it, that's pretty daggone good. Eric Tyler, hello. Thanks for joining. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third here in Lexington. Up high, 1-2. Fans still starting to come into the game here. And this one, right to Phillips, a rocket shot. Phillips makes a catch, smothers it, and throws it to first for the out, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for Corsino. We're headed to the bottom of the third, tied up. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back. Wild Health Field, Lexington, Kentucky. Tie score between the two teams that share the field here, Legends and Genomes. Courtney Hawkins steps in for his second trip to the plate tonight. He hit into a double play his first time up. Here's Candelario. First pitch outside, ball one. Courtney Hawkins, he is a ball player, folks. We're in August. He's batting .300 with 32 home runs and 80 RBIs. And now he hit one deep left field that should be out of here, but it's going to go foul. Boy, I tell you what, he can make those foul balls look so pretty because he hits them high in the sky, 400 feet foul. But, boy, when they straighten out, do they look nice, don't they? Going over the field or going over the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, got close to hitting Courtney that time. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one inside. You know, he doesn't look like a guy you're going to throw inside to and it's going to back him out. Here's a 2-1. Candelario from the stretch. He hits this one into left center, shallow and caught by Milbauer for out number 1. Looks like that one may have gone off his hands. So Tejeda will come back up. Tejeda doubled his first time up, was awful close to a home run as his double went off the wall. And he hits this one. Is it going to drop? No, it's going to be caught by Anderson Miller, who does a great job of sprinting in after it, makes a catch right in front of the stash. And that's out number 2. So Candelario trying to take a page out of Corsino's book and getting 3 up and 3 down on fly balls here. Tillman Pugh comes up for the second time tonight. He doubled his first trip to the plate. He was also awful close to hitting a home run as his ball hit the top of the right field fence there. That one just misses, ball 1. Tillman with 12 home runs, 40 RBIs. Swing and a miss here, 1-1's a count. Don't forget, folks, we are trying to get supplies, old clothing, and food items to be donated to the flood victims for flood relief in eastern Kentucky. Please help us out if you can. And if you bring something to donate, we'll give you a ticket to come on into the game absolutely free. Those tickets are about $15 a piece, so we'll pay you $15 for your old T-shirt. How about that? You didn't even buy it for $15 probably. Here's the 2-1. And this one blasted up the middle for a base hit. So Tillman Pugh with 2 outs getting on base and trying to get things going here for the Legends. And here's the third baseman, Montrell Marshall. Marshall's got light tower power when he wants it. 2 home runs on Tuesday night. That was for you, Dave, light tower power comment. I'd love to see him get that bat hot again. Montrell's got one of the nicest swings, too. He's got just a pretty swing when he gets it going. That one in there for strike 1 to Marshall. Tillman leading off at first base. Candelario checks him, now fires to see if he can get him. Did he get him? No. Good effort, though, by the first baseman over there. Sierra diving to catch that ball and put the tag on Pugh, but they don't get him. Moises still sitting there. And now the Legends coach actually kicks Moises like, get up. We're playing baseball. That was. Did you see the first base coach? He kicked Moises on the ground. I said, "Get up." Here's the 0-1 to Marshall. Candelario from the stretch. Checks over at Pugh again. Pugh with a big lead. Now he'll kick and fire. This one inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice crowd has made their way out to the ballpark tonight. It's turned out to be a beautiful night on what was kind of a crummy day with lots of rain. Couldn't go outside. This one chopped foul, strike 2. Couldn't go outside pretty much most of the day because a nice steady sprinkle from early morning all the way through the afternoon till about 5 o'clock. Then it finally went away and cleared up a little bit. Plenty of clouds in the sky, but no rain, so that's good. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pugh with the lead at first. And this one, strike 3 called on Marshall as the fastball at 92 miles an hour over the plate. Folks, we're headed to the 4th. It's a tie ball game at Wild Hill Field. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Tie score 2-2 as we start the 4th inning. Moises Sierra at the plate, the first baseman for the Genomes. He chops this one foul from Corsino. Strike 1. Swing and a miss here. It's 0-2. Corsino pitching a pretty solid game here, as is Candelario. Both those guys have only given up 2 runs. This one hit up the middle by Sierra for a base hit. So, leadoff runner on in the 4th for the Genomes. The Atlantic League named 3 players the player of the month for July. Eddie Butler from Southern Maryland, I should say. Alejandro De Aza, the longtime MLB star, and Zach Jarrett, the son of Dale Jarrett from the Honey Hunters. Also Melvin Mercedes, so they actually had 4. They said 3 players and a pitcher that went 5-0, so that's first pitch here inside ball 1. Samir Dueñez, 258 on the season, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. Gastonia left here last night after midnight. That game last night went 5 hours and some change. They won the first of a doubleheader. They got home, and North Carolina 7 hours later got up and played the first game of their doubleheader and won. This pitch misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Beat the Rockers 6-3 earlier today, and their second game underway. One on, nobody out. Corsino, 6.42 ERA. This one outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Struck out 2 tonight. Getting ready to throw pitch number 49 of the evening. Nice size crowd has come out tonight to watch the game. Perfect night for baseball. Nice and cool. Not typical for an August night. Temperature in the 70s. Nice breeze. That one looked like it got the inside corner for a strike, but nothing called, so 2 on, nobody out here. Top of the 4th for the Genomes as Dueñez draws the walk. Two on, nobody out. Austin Rye, 240 average, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. Playing a little Tupac for his walk-up music. This one popped up and is going to be foul for strike 1. You know, it's been more than 25 years ago that Tupac was killed. Can you believe that? 25 years ago. I remember I was working at Ryan's Steakhouse, waiting tables after I got out of the Marines, and somebody came in and said that Tupac had been shot and killed. We thought it was a joke because everybody was saying Tupac was shot back then, because he was. He had been shot several times, and so that wasn't news until we heard he didn't recover. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Two on, nobody out. Here's the 1-1. Corsino kicks, fires, and that one looked pretty good, but misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Legend scored 2 in the bottom of the first. Genomes, 1 in the first, 1 in the second to tie things up. Genomes scored first with a Chris Shaw home run. Irvin came up, tied it up with a solo shot of his own. Then they both tacked on another run, and that's where we are. Swing and a miss here in a count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm not sure if Austin's momentum took him across the plate or if he thought he struck out, but I think that momentum took him across the plate. There's Big L walking around saying hi to everybody. Hey, Big L, what's going on? Two and 2 count. Nobody out here. Top of the 4th, Genomes Legends tied up. Swing and a miss. Corsino gets his 3rd strikeout of the evening. And that's out number 1 here at the top of the 4th. Anderson Miller coming back up. Sometimes Anderson Miller's out in center. Sometimes Demetrius Moore's out there. Anderson single to right his first time up, 267 for the season. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to Miller inside, ball 1. Kind of disappointed we didn't have an all-star game in the Atlantic League this year, you know? Yeah, it's been, 2 years now, no all-star game. 3rd year in a row with no all-star game. They didn't have one in 2020, didn't have one in 2021, didn't have one this year. I mean, it's time to have the all-star game. That one misses, 2 balls, no strikes. Two on, 1 out. Here's the 2-0. Corsino kicks, fires. Strike 1 there. 2-1 now. Miller looked like he was taken all the way that time. And you should, right? You make him pitch to you. Here's the 2-1. This one, foul ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes as Miller fouls off that one. You know, if you are not from this area, you may have seen it on the news recently, maybe not, but there was severe flooding in eastern Kentucky. They had so much rain, they called it a 1 in every 1,000-year flood where people lost their entire homes in eastern Kentucky. So the next few nights, if you bring in supplies, cleaning supplies, food, old clothing to donate to the people in eastern Kentucky, you get in the game free, and you'll be helping out a lot of people who need your help. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes full. That one misses. Runners go. It's a double steal on that pitch there. No throw. But, folks, you know, that's a huge deal, especially to us here. So if you can do anything, we appreciate it. We've got our own Michael Watkins, whose parents lost their home. Our DJ, Will Painter, his mother and father lost everything. So it certainly hits close to home. And our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully our donations will get to them at Godspeed. Here's the 3-2 payoff. Miller hits this one hard left field, but it goes foul. And the count stays full at 3-2. So Miller hanging in there. Genomes trying to take the lead. Runners at second and third here, top of the 4th. Tie ball game. The 23rd meeting between the Genomes and Legends. Genomes hold a 15-7 edge in the series. Here's the payoff from Corsino. This one fouled back by Miller. Anderson Miller played his high school baseball here in Lexington, Kentucky. Went to school, actually, middle school at Jesse Clark Junior High School. His math teacher, Dave, is my sister-in-law when he was in middle school. How about that? The 8th pitch of this at-bat right here. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, and he finally got Miller on that one. And that's out number 2. Corsino trying to work him and the Legends out of a jam here with runners at second and third now, 2 outs. And that's his 4th strikeout of the evening. Clayton Melbauer coming up for his second trip to the plate. He popped out to left field his first time up. Now he's got a chance to put a couple more ribbies up with 11 on the season. Two on, two out. And first pitch there, missing, ball one low. You know what? Looks like the sunshine finally fought its way out of the clouds there, Dave. Sunshine now hitting the field. Dave hasn't been talking much since that freak lightning shot got him yesterday in the parking lot. When he does speak to us, it's usually in Russian. Da, yes, that's right, Dave. But he's doing fine. I'm kidding. Dave Kaplan, our official stringer, does a fantastic job. And he speaks English and Russian maybe, I don't know. Enough that we understand him. That one in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dave, you got most of your teeth, don't you? Yeah, he does. He smiled big that time. All but 4? That's not a big deal. I mean, what are you, 50, 40? How old are you? That's close enough. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out here at Wild Health Field. Genomes and Legends all knotted up. This one hit hard by Melbauer into right field. Fair ball. 1 runner will score. 2 runs score. And just like that, the Genomes bring in Sierra and Dueñez on the Clayton Melbauer double to right field. And they've got a 4-2 lead. As you watch him round the base, he was moving. So now Genomes with a 4-2 lead here. It looked like Corsino was going to get out of the jam. And the top of the order, and Luke Becker comes up to the plate. Becker, both times up, is grounded out to first base, which is not typical for him. First pitch to Becker outside, ball 1. Becker, 14 home runs, 57 RBIs. Those are pretty big numbers. Batting just under 300 at 285 on the season. He hit for the cycle this year already in a game that I was fortunate enough to call, and boy, did he show up that day. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now. 1 on, 2 outs. Melbauer at second. Shaw on deck. Here's pitch 67 of the evening. This one popped up into the sky and sails foul. Typically, you want your pitcher to stay between 15 and 18 pitches an inning. And Corsino's doing that. If he gets over 72 pitches through 4 innings, that's on the upper side of that number. So he's right there. This is pitch 68. And this one fouled off too. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Genomes take a 4-2 lead here on the Clayton Melbauer double that brought in Sierra and Dueñez. You know, that's why you want aggressive base running, right? They were at first and second, and then they pulled off the double steal. That put both of them in position to score. You don't do that, and that double just brings in 1 run possibly, right? Because you've only got the runners at first and second, and can the runner get all the way around before Tillman Pugh fires it to home? But with the double steal, they put the pressure on Pugh to decide whether to throw it to second or try to get the second runner coming and throw it home. And as it were, both runners score because of that double steal. This one's going to be chopped down the first base side foul, and The count stays 2-2 to Luke Becker. Becker played college baseball here at the University of Kentucky. He was a Wildcat and was a big name coming out of Kentucky. 860 OPS on the season. Two balls, two strikes. Out of the stretch, Corsino checks his runner now, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Becker goes down swinging, and that is the fifth strikeout of the evening for Corsino. Ready to the bottom half of the fourth. Legends trailing 4-2 to the Genomes. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Genomes pull out ahead 4-2 in the top of the fourth, and now Jordani Valdespin coming up for the Legends. 300 batter on the season, 1 home run, 8 RBIs, and the Genomes trying to do what they can to hold the Legends at bay here. Legends hoping to tie this thing up. Jordani singled to right his first time up. It was funny, after he hit the single, he actually grabbed the pitcher Candelario on his way to first. So these two obviously with a shared history. First pitch, ball 1. Beautiful crowd here tonight. A lot of fans made their way out. We are so grateful for that. We appreciate you supporting these guys and supporting baseball here in the Bluegrass. 1 ball, 1 strike. Candelario pitching out of the stretch here. Fires. And boy, this is a rocket. I mean, absolute rocket to right field. Sails foul over the Mattress Overstock Warehouse. A line drive. I'd like to know the, what do they check there? The exit speed on the ball now in Major League Baseball. I'd like to know what that was. One ball, 2 strikes. Candelario ahead in the count. Swing and a miss here. Looks like he got his buddy on that pitch. And now Sierra yells out at him. Or, excuse me, Valdespin. You look now, you see a big smile coming out. 1 out. Pete Jorgen coming back up for his second trip. He struck out swinging first time up. I love Pete plays that old DMX when he comes up. The old Rough Riders walk-up music. First pitch, strike one to Jorgen. Jorgen hits this one, and he singles into left field and gets on base on that pitch. So good to see that out of Pete Jorgen. So you take a look at that replay. Nice shot there by Jorgen. Cesar Cuevas coming up. Cuevas chops this first pitch foul, strike one. No balls, one strike. Jorgen at first, 1 on, 1 out for the Legends here, bottom of the fourth from Wild Health Field. Here's the 0-1. And Cuevas hits this one hard to third. Over to second. They get one, but Cuevas hustles down the line. They're only able to get one on that. So 1 on, 2 outs as Jorgen forced out at second, and Cuevas will reach on the fielder's choice. Phillip Ervin coming back up to the plate. He represents the top of the order for the Legends. He homered his first time up, then drew a walk the second time to the plate. Candelario checking his runner over there in Cuevas. Now kicks and fires. Ervin pops this one up, shallow right field. And called for it and making the catch there is Paredes, and that will end the inning. So, no runs, 1 hit for the Legends. We're headed to the 5th, folks. Genomes 4, Legends 2. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky, where the Genomes lead 4-2. We're starting the fifth inning, and Chris Shaw coming to the plate, the left fielder. Shaw is homered today and flew out to center field, deep center field, his second time up. That was his 11th home run of the season. 273 batting average, 43 RBIs for Shaw. Here's the first pitch. And it's in there for strike one. Candelario and Corsino both pitching pretty solid, giving up a few hits, a few runs, but for the most part, keeping their teams in the game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Shaw. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shaw started the season strong, then had a spot where he had a rough patch, then had several trips where he couldn't, or several times at the plate here where he couldn't get his bat on the ball. Then took a road trip and crushed it, then came back and has been playing pretty solid ever since. Here's the 1-2. Now, looks. I'm wondering what. So I'm guessing that's a ball. He jumped out of the way and didn't make a call on that. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. How's that possible? No, he counted it. So Shaw takes the walk. So Shaw is the leadoff batter. He gets on base, draws a walk. Who's the first base coach for them right now? All right, Chris Shaw. Davis comes up. That's what I thought. Chris Davis just got hit with a pitch on the back left shoulder there, and that'll put runners on first and second as you watch this replay. Bam, got him. First base coach, Demetrius Moore. Usually plays center field. That's a pretty awesome young man right there. I had the pleasure of talking to Demetrius a couple times, and I think he's a special kid with big things in front of him. 2 on, nobody out for the Genomes. Jimmy Paredes steps in. 300 average, 11 home runs, 44 RBIs. Genomes with a 4-2 lead here. And Paredes rips this one into right field. It's going to be extra bases. It goes to the wall. He rounds first, heads to second. Chris Shaw comes through to score. And the Genomes lead it 5-2 now. As you watch this replay, he hits a rocket. Shaw scores. Chris Davis gets to third. And now runners at second and third after the Paredes double. And the Genomes add on to their already 2-run lead, now lead 5-2. Moises Sierra coming back up. He struck out looking his first time up and then singled to center. Swing and a miss on the first pitch here, strike 1. Sierra pretty upset about that first strikeout on that called strike where he went down looking. He thought it was way outside, and you don't want to take the side of the player or the umpire on those kind of situations. But if I had to, I would agree with Moises. It looked a little outside. 2 on, nobody out still here. Top of the 5th for the Genomes. This one inside, 2-0, 1-1, excuse me. Corsino struggling a little bit here. He's got 5 strikeouts, so he's throwing the ball well for the most part. 82 pitches, 46 strikes. Here's the 1-1. That one low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Sunshine really blaring out there in right field now. As Tillman Pugh is lit up like a candle out there, and you look in left field and plenty of shade and left. You know, it's tough as a batter sometimes when you got half, like the pitcher side has got light on them and the batter's in the shade or vice versa. This one gets by Montrell Marshall at third into left field. Chris Davis will come in to score. Paredes stays where he's at second base, and Moises Sierra gets an RBI single. So that's a second single of the evening for him. And the Genomes slowly keep adding to this lead here and putting pressure on the Legends to fight their way back into a game where they were leading at one point. And the Legends have done that. I mean, if you go back the whole series with Gastonia, the Legends at one point in every single game they led. The Legends led Gastonia in every single game. In every single game, they gave up the lead. And 2 of those games, they retook the lead only to lose it again. So, pass ball there allows both runners to advance. So Paredes moves to third, Sierra to second. And now the Legends are in a rough spot right here. They're playing a team that's beaten them 15 out of 22 times. They're trailing 6-2 in the 5th. 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Do you keep Corsino out there right now? I mean, you try to get him through the 5th, right? You want to. Because you got to keep your DH. And that pitch gets away from Jorgen. Runners stay. But see, that's kind of, you know, that right there, that goes what I'm saying. He feels like he's struggling just a little bit. Could I do better? Absolutely not. But I just feel like at this point, I would consider getting someone in there. But I certainly understand what the manager wants to do. He wants to get him through the 5th to keep the designated hitter. Yeah, there's not enough players on either team. You're right. It's so tough. It's a tough call. 2 balls, no strikes here. 2 on, nobody out, top of the 5th. Genomes with a 6-2 lead. Here's the 2-0. This one by Dueñas, hit hard into right. Great play by Tillman Pugh, makes the diving catch. Now he's going to fire it in, and there will be no tag up as Pugh makes a sliding catch out there in right field as you watch the replay. You see there he comes in, slides, makes the catch. Now he wants to throw it in so there's no tag up, and he did a fantastic job of holding everybody up. Yeah, it looked like he came down when he slid it. It looked awkward, like he may have like pulled something or hurt himself, but he seems to be fine out there now. So with 2 on and 1 out, Austin Rye comes up, and that's a big out, too, to help your pitcher, you know. When you've got nobody out, you've already given up a couple runs, you got 2 on, it becomes it's just a rough grind. So that was a big out for the Legends. And this pitch here fouled off. Not sure if that hit him, but no, it looks like it hit the bat. It goes off it looks like it was close to his hands there on the bat and fouled off strike 1. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the 0-1. This one, chopped to Cuevas and gets right by him. One runner will score. And I'd have to give that a base hit. I mean, Cuevas could have, I mean, he was in position, but it was hit so hard, I don't know that you could expect him to come up with that. I'll be honest, the ball comes at me like that, I'm going to tell somebody to call 911. So another run scores, though. It's a 7-2 Genomes lead. So officially a single for Austin Rye. Anderson Miller steps back in for the third time tonight. He struck out and singled. First pitch to him hits the outside corner for strike one. Runners at first and third, 1 out here, top of the 5th. When the inning started, it was a 4-2 game. Genomes have busted it wide open now, 7-2. Here's the 0-1. Just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch count for Corsino getting up there now here in the 5th. That was pitch number 90. And that is at the upper half of where you want him to be in the 5th inning. Anything past 90 in the 5th, and that starts to wear your pitcher down. So say the numbers. Corsino may be feeling just fine. One ball, 2 strikes to Miller. Swing and a miss here, and that's out number 2. So Miller goes down swinging. And that's strikeout number 6 of the evening for Daniel Corsino. Six strikeouts to 3 walks, excuse me. Clay Melbauer back up. He doubled last time up. First time, popped out to left. 211 batting average. First pitch to him outside. 2 on, 2 outs for Melbauer. He came through last time with a double. Knocked in a run. Knocked in 2, actually, I believe. That wind has settled down. Very little wind here now. Here's the 1-0. Missing. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on the corners for Melbauer. Corsino from the stretch kicks and fires. Pops straight up into the air, and it's going to roll back towards us foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Don't forget, all weekend long, you get into the game by bringing some cleaning supplies or food or even old clothing that you can donate to the families and flood victims in eastern Kentucky. We're trying to pack the semi all weekend long, so free admission to the game with any donation. That one in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now Corsino battling his way to get out of this inning. He's a strike away from ending things here. Shakes off one sign there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. This one chopped foul. Melbauer stays alive there. lot of kids out here tonight. You love to see it, all having fun. A lot of giggling, laughing, and smiling. That's what it's all about. Here's the 2-2. Misses the outside corner, count full now. Clayton Melbauer played college baseball in Louisville. Played his high school baseball there as well. Full count. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the fifth, Genomes with a 5-run lead now. There's a really low military plane out there in center field. That looks like a C-130. This one low in the dirt, and the bases are loaded. Yeah, it looks like a C-17 flying overhead. Hopefully those are supplies going to Eastern Kentucky. And I believe that's going to be all for Corsino. As P.J. Phillips comes out, he'll take the ball. So Corsino did not pitch bad. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. But they were able to get the runs in here and open this game up. We'll take a quick break as they change pitchers. This is Lexington Legends Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Welcome back. Jose Santa Maria, the new pitcher on the bump. Corsino will leave, but he's responsible for the 3 runners still on base. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the order up with Luke Becker. And first pitch missing, ball 1. Jose Santa Maria. That pitch missing as well. 2 balls, no strikes. And this one chopped down the first base side, foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trying to look where they picked up Jose Santa Maria. Looking on these transactions. Yeah, it had to be recently. That pitch there missing. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded. There we go. They signed him as a free agent on July 24th. So this is week number 2 for Jose Santamaria. Here's a 3-1 to Becker. This one gets away from him in the dirt, but that's a walk, and that'll bring in another run, and the Genomes now with an 8-2 lead. So bases loaded, 2 outs, and Chris Shaw comes back up for his 4th trip to the plate. You got bases loaded for the only guy on the roster here that's hit a home run for the Genomes tonight. First pitch to Shaw outside, ball 1. Genomes fighting it out with the High Point Rockers for that last spot in the wild card race. So they've got a 1-game lead right now in that wild card race. So every single game from here on out will mean something to the Genomes. Yeah, so High Point lost today. They got another half game. So if they can win tonight, they'll have a 2-game lead in that race. He hits this one high, right center field. And coming over and making the catch and ending the inning is Phillip Urban. But the Genomes put 4 runs up in the 5th. Legends have a lot of work to do. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. We're at halftime. And now it's time for the kids to chase the roach. We'll be back with Legends Baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Legends with a lot of work to do. Brandon Phillips stepping up. Bottom of the 5th, ready to start. There's Phillips, always with a big smile on his face. Nobody loves playing baseball like Brandon Phillips, at least nobody I've seen here. First pitch to Phillips in there for strike one. New pitcher on the bump for the Genomes, Akeem Bostic. Akeem Bostic's a big guy, 6'6", 250 pounds. Good look at Akeem right there. Here's the 0-2 from Bostic. Phillips fouls this one back. Bostic was taken by the Texas Rangers in 2013 in the second round of the Major League Draft. He actually made his Major League debut last year with the New York Mets. That one inside gets close to Brandon. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Came close to his face, and he's still smiling. What is with this guy? Always smiling, happy. Quite honestly, he's probably one of my all-time favorites. Always will be. And that one, a call strike 3 on Phillips. He crosses his legs, leans on his bat. He said, was it really? He said, yep, it's a strike. So Brandon smiles and walks off. I love it. He's something, man. That guy he is a special, special guy, a special player. And it is so cool to see him out here every day. 1 out, Courtney Hawkins comes up. And I'm going to say it every time. Hawkins is due again. Strike 1 to Hawkins, first pitch there. Akeem Bostic made his Major League debut with the New York Mets last season, actually. Nobody on, 1 out. His OPS over 1,000. Swing and a miss here, and he'll go down swinging. That's out number 2 of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, both on strikes. And Isaiah Tejeda comes in. Here's the first pitch to Tejeda. Fastball at 91 miles an hour inside. Ball 1. Hey, don't forget, these teams meet again tomorrow night, same time. Please bring old clothing, cleaning supplies, food donations, anything you can. Help us pack the semi-trailer full so we can send those supplies and clothing to the flood victims of eastern Kentucky. You know, if there's a flood, folks, it's not like if you have money in the bank, you can go use it. You know, those stores are all flooded. The food is gone there. The clothing is gone there. You can't get in your car. The car has been flooded. It's not running. So the flood literally wipes everything out. So if we can get you to help us out, we appreciate it. And by doing that, we'll give you a free ticket to the baseball game with every donation. This ball hit deep right field and settling underneath it, making the catch, and that will end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down as Dueñez makes the catch in right field for out number 3. We're heading to the 6th inning. Genomes lead here 8-2. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Well, Akeem Bostic, the pitcher for the Genomes, comes up for his first time to the plate on the season. And we are ready to go here. Top of the sixth inning. Genomes with an 8-2 lead. And the first pitch from Santa Maria in there for strike one. This one fouled off. No balls, 2 strikes now to Bostic. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Santa Maria looks in, now kicks and fires. That pitch inside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. This one pops straight up, and it's going to come back here towards the scorer's table. And, boy, he had a chance for a souvenir, went right through his fingers. So we'll do with 1-2 pitch over. And strike 3 looking. So Bostic goes down looking, and that's out number 1 of the 6th. Here's Jimmy Paredes. He doubled to right his last time up. Fouls off the first pitch he sees, strike 1. I'll tell you what, I love the pace of Santa Maria. He does not wait between pitches. He gets up there, he's ready to go. Every time it looks like he's waiting on the batter. And he's ahead 0-2. Paredes, 292 average, 11 home runs. This one, chopper over to Cuevas. He grabs it, fires to first, and there is out number 2. 2 up, 2 down so far here in the top of the 6th. And Moises Sierra will come back up. Moises steps in. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He singled to center and to left. And struck out looking his first time up. Yeah, and you know what? I got to agree with Sierra again. It was awful close. But, you know, I'm up here, you know. The umpire's down there, and he sees it a lot better than we do. This one outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. .274 average for Sierra. This one chopped foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Both of these pitchers, Santa Maria and Bostic, have fastballs 91, 92, 93. Right in that range. That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6 home runs and 34 RBIs this year for Sierra. Swing and a miss here, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Santa Maria. Legends coming up, bottom of the 6th right after this. This is Legends Baseball on the Legends Baseball Network. Bottom of the sixth, Tillman Pugh will lead off for the Legends. They trail here 8-2. First strike to Pugh there, 0-1. He has doubled and singled to center tonight. He is 2 for 2. P.J. Phillips would like to see him go 3 for 3. Tillman hits this one up in the air, deep center field. Miller going back and makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 1. And now Montrell Marshall comes up for his third trip to the plate. Montrell's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, chopper over to shortstop, fires over to first. Sierra grabs it. Melbauer throws him out. 2 up, 2 down. And Jordani Valdaspin will come up for his third trip. And he's singled to right and struck out tonight. Oh, he's not. The DH is gone now. So Manuel Geraldo will enter the game today for his first trip to the plate because Jordani was the DH, so he's out since the pitching change there. Geraldo's a switch hitter, so he can swing from either side of the plate. And since Bostic is a righty, he'll come up and swing lefty. First pitch inside, ball 1. 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Bostic that time. Geraldo, chopper over to second. Picked up by Paredes, fired to Sierra, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the 7th, Genomes 8, Legends 2. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Top of the 7th inning. And we are ready for more baseball. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Don't forget, we have a Pack the Semi-Trailer Challenge going on this week. And if you bring old clothing, food, or cleaning supplies that we can donate to the victims of the flooding in eastern Kentucky, you get a free ticket into the game. So if you can do that, please do, and we will give you a ticket just for bringing some old clothing you don't even wear anymore. So beginning the 7th inning, Samir Dueñez comes up to the plate, 256, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. Genomes with an 8-2 lead. This is the 23rd meeting between these two teams. Genomes have won 15 out of the first 22 meetings. So they have a 15-7 lead in this series. But the Legends have the opportunity to gain ground as they are going to play 10 times over the next week and a half. This one inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Dueñez. Santa Maria fires that one. Dueñez hits it into right field for a base hit, so the leadoff batter on for the Gnomes. And the pitching change, actually, that wasn't Santa Maria. That was Jeff Thompson he got the hit off of. So my mistake there, everybody, if you're scoring at home. Pitching change is Thompson in now. Austin Rye comes up. Strike 1 to him. Austin singled to left his last time up, struck out, and was hit by a pitch first time at the plate tonight. There's Dueñez at first. Thompson looks in for his sign. And this one missing inside. There's the 1-1 outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Here's 2 balls, 1 strike now to Rye. And that one over the plate, but miss. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dueñez at first. Chatting it up over there with Tejeda. Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Rye. Count full now. 3-2. Lights on here at the field as the sun is now setting. Beautiful sunsets here always in central Kentucky. We have just enough pollution so that all the colors shine through. Payoff pitch up high, and he will draw the walk. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 7th for the Genomes. Anderson Miller comes back up. Struck out his last 2 times. Did start off the game with a single to right field, though. So 2 on, nobody out for Anderson. Thompson looks in. Now fires. And the first pitch hit up the middle. Grabbed by Cuevas, fired to first. And runners advance, though, as they get out number 1. Fielder's choice to first. So Anderson moves the batters, albeit ground on the ground out. Clayton Melbauer, shortstop, 211 batting average coming up. He hit a double, drove in some runs earlier, walked his last time. Don't forget Tuesday's game between these two teams. Free hot dogs all night long, so make sure you come for that game. And it's a doubleheader, right? So that's a lot of free hot dogs. Bring your appetite. Here's the 0-1. That one right over the top. 0-2 on the, looks like a curveball that time, or the breaking pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Jeff Thompson, good look at him there. Long look by Thompson this time. He's got his signal now. He kicks and fires. And 1-2. Not too hot out here tonight as the rain has kept everything cooled off. No breeze, just a ever so slight breeze heading out. This one chopped foul, and count stays 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Thompson readies himself, fires in, swing and a miss. And Milbauer goes down on strikes for out number 2. So top of the order now as Luke Becker comes up. So the lefty comes in. First 2 times up, he grounded out to first. Then he struck out and walked. So he is hitless tonight, which is not typical for Luke Becker. First pitch up high, ball 1. 2 on, 2 outs for the Genomes. They lead here 8-2. It was tied through 3. And then in the 4th and the 5th, the Genomes blew it wide open with 2 runs in the 4th and then 4 in the 5th. And that one hits the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Shaw in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1 to Becker. Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Becker, 284 on the season. 14 home runs, 58 RBIs, 860 OPS. And it's just about time for 7th inning baseball trivia. Get your thinking caps on, everybody, as we get ready. This pitch missing outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. What player was killed by a pitch from Yankees pitcher Carl Mays? What player was actually killed by a pitch by Yankees player Carl Mays? And he'll draw the walk here, so Becker loads the bases on that as he will take first base. And for the second time tonight, Chris Shaw comes to the plate with bases loaded. So the player killed by a pitch was in 1920, Cleveland Indians shortstop Ray Chapman was hit in the head by a pitch from Yankees pitcher Carl Mays and died 12 hours later, and the death was largely responsible for the spitball being banned after the 1920 season. They banned the spitball. I didn't say it was happy trivia, folks. It's just trivia. Bases loaded for Shaw. First pitch to him. He hits it deep left field. Back to the warning track. Grand slam, Chris Shaw. What a hit. by the left fielder. I knew it was trouble the first time he had the bases loaded, but this time he makes him pay. As you watch a replay here, an opposite field 350-foot shot by Shaw tonight. That's his second home run of the game, and that grand slam makes it 12-2 Genomes. You can't give him the bases loaded twice. And now Demetrius Moore will make his first trip to the plate and enter the game.
So for the seventh inning thing, we're going to use the camera over there. So you just have to slide over so you can see it.
Okay. Here's the first pitch to Moore. Outside, ball one. That one in there for a strike, 1-1. Demetrius, normally a center fielder. .235 average, .669 OPS. He does have a home run. .1,763 have come here tonight to witness the titanic struggle between the Genomes and the Legends. Again, tonight's attendance, 1,763. Strike three called to Moore. That'll end the inning, but the Genomes do get 4 runs on the grand slam home run by Chris Shaw. Is this a handheld camera I'm looking for? How we doing up there? Hey, folks, getting ready to head into the bottom of the 7th. Lexington Legends trail big, sadly. It's 12-2. Genomes really came alive here in the later part of the game. Hopefully the Legends come back, get close to this thing, or at least tie it up, maybe win it. We'll see. But when you got guys hitting the ball like Chris Shaw is tonight, it makes it awful tough. But we're still going to pull for those Legends tonight. If the Genomes win, hey, it's their field too, right? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Wild Hill Field here. Pete Jorgen coming up for the Legends in the bottom of the 7th. We got to sing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and now the fans are ready to go here and witness this legendary comeback. Strike one. And strike two to Jorgen. Genomes have blown this thing wide open. Grand slam home run last inning by Chris Shaw. This pitch outside. 1-2 the count. Demetrius Moore comes into the game. Anderson Miller moves from center to right. Moore will be in center field now. New pitcher on the bump here as well for the Genomes. Alejandro Chasine on the mound for the Genomes. He has struck out 24 this year, walked 13 in his appearances. 1-2 strikes to Jorgen. Jorgen hits a rocket into left field, gets off the glove of Becker down there at third, and Jorgen gets his second hit of the evening. So good to see Pete Jorgen get a 2-hit night tonight. So the legendary comeback has begun, so to speak, as Jorgen gets on. Jorgen hands his stuff off to TK Kuntz, and Cesar Cuevas comes to the plate, the shortstop tonight. That's the second time tonight Jorgen's gotten a single into left. Cuevas grounded out to short, reached on a fielder's choice, and strike one here. Legends have a lot of ground to make up, but they're called legends for a reason, right? And strike two to Cuevas. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss here. He stays alive on that fastball as he fouls it back. 90-mile-an-hour pitch from Alejandro Chasine. Oh and 2. Jorgen at first. Here's the 0-2. And that one right down the pipe. Fastball, 90 miles an hour. Strike 3 looking. And Cuevas will take a seat there. And now the top of the order, and Phillip Ervin, as he will come back to the plate for his 4th trip tonight. Ervin got things going for the Legends with a home run first trip to the plate. He walked and then he popped out to second. And they need those bats to get hot now as they are deep in the hole here. This ball outside, ball 1. This one outside as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Jorgen with a big lead over there at first. Akeem Bostic leaves the game. Chasine takes his place. This one popped up into the shallow right field area. Paredes calls everybody off and makes the catch, and that is out number 2. You know, I got to wonder why they take Bostic out. He was throwing the ball pretty hard, getting the outs. But you know what? That's what they do, right? They got to get everybody some work. All these guys are wanting to get some throws in. And now BP. That dude, BP. And Brandon Phillips comes back up. He singled to right his first time up. And he hits this one hard to the shortstop. And a quick pitch over to Paredes, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the 8th. Genomes 12, Legends 2. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back. Legends Baseball right here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Genomes big right now, 12-2 as we start the 8th inning. Jimmy Paredes back to the plate. He is 1 for 4 tonight, 11 home runs on the season. First pitch to him, up high, ball 1. Jeff Johnson on the bump for the Legends. J Square, JJ, Double J. Jeff Johnson, just Jimmy Johns for Jenner. Is that right? And missing this one. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0 from Johnson. And Paredes fouls this one back. 2 balls, 1 strike. The game was close until about the 3rd inning. It was tied up at 2. Well, to the 4th inning, Genomes took a 4-2 lead, which seemed innocent enough. But they put 4 on in the 5th inning, and then a grand slam by Shaw in the 7th. And all of a sudden, a 4-2 game becomes 12-2. And now, they got a lot of ground to make up. But the real killer here is they've only got 7 hits. Or 9 hits. 12 runs on 9 hits. Legends, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Genomes, 12 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Count full to Paredes now, 3-2. He doubled to right. And this one inside, ball 4. Moises Sierra coming in. 10 strikeouts on the night for Legends pitchers. 8 walks. Paredes was walk number 8. This pitch in there for strike 1 to Sierra. Now compare those numbers I just gave you, right? 10 strikeouts and 8 walks for Legends pitchers. Genomes, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Eight times the walks. And this pitch, strike 3, as Jeff Johnson gets strikeout number 11 for those Legends pitchers. And that's out number 1. 1 on, 1 out. Sierra has a seat. Samir Dueñez was scheduled to come up to the plate, but now looks like that's going to be that. I want to say that is Johns? Yeah, Gavin Johns. First pitch to Johns misses. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Gavin Johns, born in February of 1997 from Wildemar, I should say, California. Played his college baseball at UCLA and Tennessee Tech. Hits this pitch, grounder to short, flipped over to Brandon. They get 1. Do they get 2? No, he ran that one out. So Johns will beat out the throw. 2 outs, 1 on here in the 8th inning for the Genomes. Austin Rye, the catcher, coming back up. One on, 2 outs. This first pitch from Johnson inside, ball 1. Well, I tell you, I'm seeing a lot of names, and I'm missing a lot of these guys that were here early in the season. You don't see them anymore. I enjoyed watching Lavendier play and Teodoro Martinez. Swing and a miss here, strike 1. Estrada, the catcher. I enjoyed watching Estrada play. I thought he was pretty good. Felix P.A. is gone. Is he gone? No? Wellington Dotel is gone. That one inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, Wellington Dotel is gone. Two balls, 1 strike, Dawson Rye. Here's a 2-1, swing and a miss. Strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 8th, Genomes, Big 12, Legends 2. Gavin Johns, you get a look at him at first base. He reached on that fielder's choice. Jeff Johnson kicks, fires, and swing and a miss. So another strikeout here for Jeff Johnson, and that'll end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Legends with work to do here. We'll be back with more Legends baseball right after this. Courtney Hawkins will lead things off for the Legends as we start at the bottom of the 8th here. First pitch to him is going to be outside, ball 1. Hawkins batting .299. Just a hair under 300. Very, very few times do I see Hawkins not come up to bat and get a hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss here. Fouls this one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Courtney. Courtney's 0 for 3 tonight. Josh Martin, new pitcher on the mound for the Genomes, making his first appearance. That pitch missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaw, Moorer, Miller in the outfield. Courtney hits this one foul. Count stays 2-2. Becker at third, Mel Bauer at short. Johns at second. Gavin Johns has come into the game, takes second. Paredes is out. Sierra at first. Rye still behind the plate. And this is gone. Courtney Hawkins with home run number 33 and RBI number 81 as he smashes that one all the way back to Corpus Christi, Texas. And I just finished saying very few times have I seen him play and not get a hit, and he did not disappoint. And you could tell by the outfielders, they didn't even bother. They knew it was gone too. And it's 12-3. Now, a couple times this year, Hawkins and Tejeda have gone back-to-back. Can they do it again? That might help kickstart this legendary comeback. Here's a 1-0. This one gets away from Rye. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0 in there, strike one. 2-1 to Tejeda. Yeah, I remember watching, you remember Cribs, MTV Cribs? They would always show, they had Cristal in the fridge. Well, I always had Cristal Light in the fridge. Swing and a miss here, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tejeda. You know, they sell Cristal at Liquor Barn. Do you know that? Yeah. It's like $600 a bottle. Yeah. I've looked for it. I just can't afford it. Swing and a miss and strikeout number 1 as Tejeda goes down swinging. So Josh Martin gets him on strikes, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. They used to carry it, but what happens is they get pre-orders for it, and you have to pay like 2 years ahead and just wait on it. And it used to be they had it behind the shelf, and we're talking about Pappy, the bourbon. You could get shots of it there. It's like $15 a shot last time I saw it. First pitch here, strike 1 to Tillman Pugh. Pugh today is 2 for 3. 247 on the season, 12 home runs. 40 RBIs. And this pitch here outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Martin looks in. Swing and a miss here. Count 1-2 now to Pugh. Josh Martin, a fairly recent signee as well here. Ooh, tried for the corner, just misses it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Martin's a big guy, 6'5", 230 pounds. Check swing that time. And nope, they say he went around. He was drafted by the Cleveland Indians back in 2012 in the 10th round. Montrell Marshall coming back up. Now, if the name sounds familiar, Josh Martin, he did play. He played for the Genomes to begin the season and then was traded to the York Revolution for Castro back in May. You may remember that. Strike 1 here to Marshall. And then they released him. The York Revolution released Josh Martin in July, and then the Genomes picked him back up on August 1st. Swing and a miss here, 2 strikes to Marshall. So that's why if you thought that name Josh Martin sounded familiar, he was a Genome, then he was York Revolution, and now he's a Genome again, all in the same season. 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 to Marshall. This one outside, 1-2. And he throws hard. I mean, this guy throws mid-90s fastball. That last pitch there, 94. Check swing by Montrell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Montrell 0 for 3 tonight. And this one just missing. Count goes full 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Legends get 1 run already this inning on a Courtney Hawkins home run to left center. And strike out to Montrell Marshalls. He watches strike 3 go by, and that'll end the 8th. We're headed to the 9th inning, folks. Genomes 12, Legends 3. We'll be back with Lexington Legends baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We are ready to start inning number 9. Anderson Miller, the center fielder, well, now right fielder, I should say, comes in to start things off here for the Genomes with a 12-3 lead. Tillman Pugh, the new pitcher on the mound, he moved from right field to the mound. And he fires in a 46-mile-an-hour pitch there. So sometimes you have to do this when you run out of pitchers. Tillman Pugh, a position player coming in to pitch, and 2 balls, no strikes to Miller. Miller pops this up, and that's playable. And the catch made by Phillip Irvin out in center field And that is out number 1. Ball 1 here to Mel Bauer. 2-0. That one in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mel Bauer hits this one to left, caught by Hawkins, and that's out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for the right-hander, Tillman Pugh. Luke Becker comes up to the plate now. Strike 1 here to Becker. Now, if you're wondering at home why he's throwing slow, he is a fielder. He is an outfielder. And this one hit by Becker into the corner. And that'll be a double for Becker as it is tracked down and fired back in. TK Kuntz chases that down, and Becker gets on with a double. And what happens is if you run out of pitchers, you got to save these guys because they've got 7 games to play in the next 6 days, or 7 and 7 days with a doubleheader on Tuesday. So you can't wear down everybody in the bullpen, especially when it's a 12-3 game. So Chris Shaw coming up to the plate. He's hit 2 home runs tonight. If I'm Chris Shaw, I'm salivating right now. You got 2 home runs, and you got a position player lobbing the ball in there. First pitch here, missing, ball 1. That pitch gets away from Jorgen. Two balls, no strikes. And Shaw hits a shot into right center field, goes all the way to the wall, bounces off the wall. He'll have a double. Becker will score. And it's a 13-3 game in the 9th. Here's Demetrius, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. And that one up near his head. And Tillman kind of smiles at Demetrius. This one hit right back to Tillman. And he'll throw it to first, and that'll end the inning. So, Legends coming up as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Legends Baseball, right here on the Legends Baseball Network. Bottom of the ninth here at Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. TK Kuntz stepping in for his first trip to the plate tonight, the right fielder. 231 batting average on the season, a home run, 7 RBIs. DJ Picasso, a.k.a. Will Painter, keeping the crowd fired up here as we go into the bottom of the ninth. First pitch here from Herrera. Joe Hendry Herrera on the mound for the Genomes, strike one. Legends in the hole big here, 13-3. This one fouled back. And it's 0-2. Legends need 10 runs to tie it. That one just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, you may shake your head and say it's not possible. It is possible. I have seen those things happen. Is it possible tonight is the question. This one popped up. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of the crowd is stuck around tonight. Hey, folks, all weekend long we're doing a fundraiser, so to speak. We're trying to collect food, cleaning items, old clothing, so that we can help the people that were victims of the flooding in eastern Kentucky. So tomorrow, bring something, old clothing, food donation, anything you can to help us out. And if you do that, we'll give you a free ticket into the baseball game. One ball, 2 strikes here to Kuntz. Long lick in by Herrera. He will kick and fire this one up top. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thank you, Logan. 2 balls, 2 strikes to TK Kuntz. Here's the 2-2. Herrera kicks, throws, and this one hit deep center field, but not deep enough. And settling under it to make the catch for out number 1. Pete Yorgi coming back up to the plate. 2-hit game for Pete. Demetrius Moore makes the easy catch out there in center field. Should have said his name. Nobody on, 1 out for the Legends, down to their last 2 outs tonight. This one in there for strike 1. Herrera fires that one 93 miles an hour. This one up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game just now over 3 hours long. 1-1 count here for Jorgen, the Ohio native, the Buckeye State. This one missing, 2 balls, 1 strike. Big game tomorrow night as well right here, as these 2 teams will face off once again. We are expecting rain tomorrow all day. That one in there for a strike. As we look at the weather forecast for tomorrow, it's going to start raining, but it looks like the rain stops right around 3, 4 o'clock with a chance of rain after that, so we might be able to play the game. So we will probably get that one in. So make sure you come out and enjoy some baseball tomorrow as well. Jorgen hits this up the middle. Melbauer cuts it off, fires over to first. And that is out number 2. So now Legends down to their final out. Melbauer fires over to Sierra. And now the Los Angeles native, Cesar Cuevas, comes up. So Jorgen, 2 for 4 on the night. Cuevas steps in. 240 batting average with a home run and 25 RBIs for the shortstop. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss on this pitch. 92-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. First pitch tomorrow night is going to be 6:35, so please, folks, come out. Bring old clothing or anything to get a free ticket to the game and enjoy baseball live and in person. It should be rain-free when you get here, and you'll get a free ticket with that donation to help out your fellow Kentuckians and watch the Wild Health Genomes take on the Legends for the 24th time in this season, the inaugural season for the Genomes. If the Genomes do finish tonight with a win, they will have a full 2-game lead over the Rockers in the wild card. Here's the 0-2, misses the corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. There's only about 29 games left this year. Swing and a miss, and that will do it, folks. Final score here, Genomes 13, Legends 3. Genomes 13 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Legends 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. Hey, our public address announcer was Bill Sally. The DJ was Picasso, DJ Picasso, a.k.a. Will Painter. Logan Weiler was on the video board. Adam Marson, technical director. Judith Drake in there with him as well, doing some of the technical direction. Official scorer was Hugh Davis. Dave Kaplan was the stringer. I'm Steve Tressler. I'll be back tomorrow night. Same time. Genomes win big here, 13-3. And they will play for the 24th time tomorrow night. Genomes lead the series 16-7. Legends hoping to change that tomorrow. That's all for this time. Until next time, have a great time, everybody. Good night, and go Legends.